What we're going to do now is we're going to take a look at the first semi-final of this weekend. And in order to whet our appetite, let's take a look back at Catalan Dragons against St. Helens in the 2023 season to get some sort of perspective on this week's semi-final. Here it comes. Each other twice this season, and on both occasions it's been the Catalan Dragons that have walked away with the vital 2 points. Is that going to have a bearing this weekend in the game in Perpignan? We know it's a sellout. It's going to be an atmosphere. It's going to be a cauldron down there that St. Helens have to walk into. Outstanding stuff. Gary Schofield has gone out there and said he fancies the Catalan Dragons to take this one by 9-17. Before I bring you both in, let's take a look head to head coming into this one. Actually, of the final 4 teams left in Super League, the team in the least impressive form in the last 5 games is the Catalan Dragons. Of course, the last 3 have been wins. As for Saints now, of course, I think they're on something like a 6-game winning streak. It might be even more than that. Let me just have a quick look. 3, 6. No, actually, it's better than that.
9, I think. 9 or 10.
Yeah, it's 9, yeah. So Saints are on a 9-game winning streak now, including the Warrington game. As I say, the Catalan Dragons, 2 losses there. Of course, one of them was that big one to Wigan, 34 points to 0, which stung them quite a lot. And of course, that was backed up by the loss to Hull KR, a team that is also in the semi-finals. As you can see, league positions, we know what they are. Look at the average points. Catalan scoring more on average this season. Saints defending less. I think the battle of the standoffs in this is fascinating. I think Tyrone May has to start. I hope they don't go with Tompkins. For me, Tompkins needs to be on the bench. I don't think they can afford to not have Arthur Morg. We saw Arthur Morg there in the first game in Perpignan with that wonderful down-the-field try. Morg quality, got the pace that Tompkins hasn't got anymore. I think Tompkins, and I'm going to bring you guys in a sec when I shut up, but I think Tompkins maybe as a foil for Mickey Bacalorum in this one might not be a bad plan for McNamara. Do him as an interchange hooker with Mickey Bacalorum and get a bit of pace in that back line with Arthur Morg. But the bookies are going 5 to 6 favourites. The Catalan Dragons, probably based on their league position. 21 to 20 is St. Helens. But I think Johnny Lomax, as you can see there, Johnny Lomax in big games, he tends to be exceptional. And I think they're going to need Johnny Lomax on his A game come Friday night if Saints are going to go there and get to another grand final. Fascinating stuff, gentlemen. Who wants to go first?
There's no way Saints are going to lose this game.
You don't think so?
No.
You don't?
No way Saints are going to lose this game.
It should be a belter, though.
They've hit form at the right time. It should be a belter, but I reckon Saints are going to control the game and they're going to win quite easily. And I'm not saying that because I dislike Catalan. I just think that's how it's going to work. I think Saints have hit form at the right time. They've done a Leeds almost. They've had a poor start to the season. They've come back. They're putting performances together. James Bell, they've got a player who, when he came on against Warrington, he turned the game. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, spot on, mate. Spot on.
And there is no way that Saints are going to lose this game.
Well, I believe they've got Kendall as the ref, which will probably go in their favour, won't it?
Well, what more could you ask for as a Saints fan? Kendall refereeing Saints in a semi-final.
So what score are you going, mate?
Get the
What score are you
sunbeds
going?
out.
What score are you going? Yeah.
I'm going 9-17 Saints.
You're going 9-17 St. Helens. Which way are you going, Steph?
Well, I've been very lucky that I've managed to go to Catalan twice this year, and it's an absolute cauldron, especially for influencing referees' decisions. But we have got Kendall refereeing, so that's probably not going to count for anything this round.
The guy can make it all about him when he's video ref.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think the least said from me, the better about that one. But no, it is. In all seriousness, it's a colder place to go. I think Catalan have been outstanding this season. Saints are coming into form. What a game! You know, I think it's going to be absolutely immense, and I hope it has the intensity that. The game we had with St. Helens a few weeks ago, which was, state of origin kind of intensity.
Yeah, that was a great game.
Yeah, and I think it will be that. I think they're going to go hell for leather each other. It's a place in the grand final at stake at the end of the day. I think that Catalan are just going to do it. I think the home advantage will do it for them. I think Saints are going to just run out of steam a little bit. They've been, they've had some tough games, especially against U-Men, who pushed them probably a bit harder than what a lot of people were expecting at the weekend. And Catalan with a week off, I think, at home, not having to travel. I think all that's going to come into it, and I think it's going to be Catalan 1-8.
1-8 to Catalan. Steph's going, of course.
I think the week off might be the big...
The curse of,
big detrimental factor in here. Yeah,
I think if you weren't having to put a flight into it for St. Helens and the real test that they had against you guys, it was a tough battle of attrition that the weekend. And I think with Catalan feet up, I don't know what the weather's going to be like. I bet it's still hot in the south of France. But who knows? The great one is that they've got two people going completely opposite directions. So that just tells you everything about this season.
Exactly.
It's good. I just hope and pray that it's another belter, and it should be. It should be a belter.
Will be.
I think both have got quality packs. I think there's big question marks over halfbacks. We know Lomax is class, but Pearce and May are on, they're a handful. They're not on a lot, but when they're on, as you found out, Steph. We're looking at quality centres, Makinson against Johnston. I mean, that's been disrespectful to Davies, who's also had a decent season for Catalan. I just think, I just hope and pray I see Arthur Morg at fullback, because I think Morg, if he's fit, for me, he has to play. He really, really does. I'm going to go Catalan 9-17. I think the atmosphere, I think they've got a good pack.
Gary Schofield's just gone.
Well, I think for me, you've got, mate. I think what they'll probably do, we know Buscale start. They'll probably put, it has to be McMeekin playing prop, because Seguer and Whitley will be second row. Garcia, quality player, isn't he? So, and then off the bench, it'll be like Neverett. I don't know if Desiree is fit, but Desiree is a handful as well for Catalan when he's fit. It should just be fascinating, and hopefully, yet again, Rugby League is the winner. Get on the official page, get your votes in on there. A couple on the chat. Kev Wobble saying Catalan by 8. Kev Ogden saying Catalan 1-7. Not many. Not at the moment. It's just Catalan in terms of in the chat, in terms of where people think it might go. Is this the moment that St. Helens become dethroned? We will have to wait and
no
see.
Chance.
Right. Couldn't be tighter. Of course, 2 games apiece this season between the Wigan Warriors and Hull KR. Like we've said, there's no way on this earth that Wigan would have wanted this one to have been their semi-final. How many times have Wigan come up short and not got to the grand final, having lost a semi-final? They're playing some great rugby league, are the Wigan Warriors. That has to be said. But they're going up against a team this season that has had their number. Don't forget, it was a last-minute try from Aberysmithsky in that second game that took it to golden point extra time. A bit of genius by Bevan French, setting away Liam Favell, got them over the line in that one. Of course, the 64-6 game, very little can be read into that. If you remember, that was the game before the Challenge Cup where Willie Peters rolled the dice. So there can't be really much taken in terms of that game. So the bottom line is OKR should be going into this with a lot of confidence. Look at that. The last 5 games, win. It couldn't be closer to 2 apiece. First place, 4th, average points, 28.5, place 21.7, average conceded 18 to 13.3. And again, I go to the battle of the standoffs. I think Mikey Lewis, Bevan French, box office, especially if Lewis can drag his game up like he's done a couple of times in the last 5 weeks to that level. I mean, if you remember when he was in the Dream Team, he was either week 26 or week 27, his stats were just ridiculous. The graphics for the top performer was pretty much Mikey Lewis. If he can get to that level, Hull KR have a real chance here. 4-11 favourites, Wigan Warriors, 23-10 if you fancy a little bit of Hull KR. This should be a belter. I'm going to finish off by saying that Gary Schofield, well, he's gone the Wigan Warriors 9-17 in this one. I'm going Hull KR 1-8. I think that KR have got Wigan's number. I don't know why. And I think momentum, Greg, you spoke about that in the Catalan game. I think momentum is key. And I think KR here could go to Wigan and cause what is, without doubt, based on Wigan's form, 9 games last week I shared with you, the amount of points that Wigan have scored, the lack of points that they've conceded, the form that they're in. But I think Hull KR could go and do the shock of the season, and I think it will be that big a game to go and beat Wigan, because they're both in great form. You go back to the Challenge Cup, I wasn't surprised to see Leeds-based Saints. I wasn't. I called it on the time, and I wasn't. There was nothing in that. Hull KR and Wigan at the time, you just felt KR could do it based on what had happened early in the season. These 2 teams go into this with great form, and I just think KR have had the measure of Wigan in those 3 games that, forget the last one when it was kids, those 3 games, KR had them. They should have won the one where they lost on golden point. So I'm going to go KR 1-8. Could be wrong. It would be an almighty upset, and that means that I'm going a Catalan Dragons, Hull KR, final, new name on the trophy, which I said at the start of the season. Greg, over to you.
Will never happen. Will never happen. It's a Saints Wigan final.
So you're going Wigan.
Saints Wigan final, yeah. as much as I would love it to be a Catalan Hull KR final, because the Hull KR Challenge Cup final was a shot in the arm of the game, and it got people's interests going.
Yeah.
You can't have Catalan at Old Trafford because they don't bring enough fans, they don't sell enough tickets. It's a loss maker for the RFL. It's a Wigan Saints final, and I think I was going to go golden point, then I remembered Hull KR won by golden point in the semi-final, and I'm going Wigan 9-17.
You're going 9-17.
It's the only, no disrespect to Catalan and Hull KR, it's the only game that will sell out Old Trafford is a Wigan St Helens.
I don't know. I think if KR
will take a lot.
If KR Saints was
a lot.
Yeah. They'd be close to full, mate. They'd be close to full.
It'd be close to full, but would not be a sellout.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you got to think of the economics of these things. Wigan will win 9-17.
Business studies on a Tuesday night. Shocking. Right, over to you, Steph.
I'd like to think that economics and stuff doesn't matter in sport, and it's the best team on the day.
Ask your chairman.
Hello. Yeah. Morning. You all right, Steph? Have you been drinking?
No, I know, yeah. Brewdog's going down well tonight.
Whoa.
I think on this one, I think you're right to point out Mikey Lewis. And if the occasion doesn't get to him,
good point.
And he doesn't do a Harry Newman and shush the Wigan crowd after not scoring a try. Yeah. What I will say is, I remember Salford going to Wigan and beating Wigan.
Yeah.
So if Salford can go to Wigan and beat Wigan, and I think Hull are a better side than that Salford side, as good as that Salford side were, and Wigan are a very good side as well this year, then Hull can do it. And I think you're 100% right to point out Mikey Lewis. If he can keep his head and play well, it's like in that semi-final last week when he dropped on O'Brien, he could very easily have been sick for that.
Yeah, that was a bit naughty, that.
And that could have changed the game. We didn't even talk about it when we showed the highlights, but that was a massive point where the referee just didn't bother with it.
Yeah. Where he slammed his head into the ground.
Yeah. It was Simbin all day. It was Simbin all day. But he's that good, Mikey Lewis, but he's also got that 0-0 moment in him, like Harry Newman has. If he can keep his head, the momentum is with Hull KR, and they're going to take a massive following to Wigan for that game. It's going to be sold out their end, 100%, because that's their fans. So for me, I'm with Dave. I think there's a new name on the trophy, and I've backed Catalan to beat Saints, and I'm going to back Hull KR to beat Wigan. But
do you know what?
Do you know what? I really, really hope for the sake of rugby league that you two are right.
Yeah,
I mean,
really do.
Yeah.
I hope more than anyone. I hope for Hull KR because, like I said, we've got a lot of synergy. As a Lee fan, I've got a lot of synergy, and I hope in 7 years' time we're talking about Lee in the same way we talk about Hull KR now as an established Super League club. They've been the benchmark for how to do it. I've got a lot of respect for Hull KR fans and the club. They're doing it right off the pitch, like we're trying to do at Lee. And I hope for their fans after the disappointment of losing that Challenge Cup to us. And they were absolutely outstanding. There was not one bit of trouble at Wembley. They were all amazing fans. And I know they've had the moments at home recently with some fans and things like that. But my experience of Hull KR fans has been amazing. And I hope for them as a club, and they've always had that thing where they're the less side to the black and whites in terms of the big club in the bigger stadium and that. I hope for them that they're celebrating and getting to a grand final for the east side of Hull.
Well, we will know this time next week, gentlemen. We will know this time next week. That has been that is by far the longest show we've done this year, but we had the dream team to do, we had the top performers to do, we had a bit of fanfare in terms of the flashbacks for the two semi-finals. Two great playoff games at the weekend just gone. Let's hope for two phenomenal semi-finals over the course of this Friday and Saturday. And of course, our tickets are booked. We're going. We're there. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen who are watching, if you want to join us in the Piccadilly Tap on Saturday, the 14th of October, commencing the merriment at around about 2:00 in the afternoon. Then
2:00.
Come in.
My God, we'll have to get out of bed early on Saturday.
Good Lord, 2:00 has to be done.
We'll go for afterwards again, Dave.
Well, we'll have to wait and see. Kick off at 6:00. But yeah, get in there. We'll have a little chat. We'll have a little bit of a laugh. We'll reminisce on what has been a phenomenal season. We'll look forward to whoever is in the grand final. One thing's for certain, these four teams, whatever the mix is, come at that grand final, it should be a good one because these four teams have provided some phenomenal rugby league this year. Really, really looking forward to Saturday.
Absolutely outstanding. And before we go, I'd just like to say, I think just on the numbers of people watching Super League Raw now, in terms of its growth, I think there was 2,000 when I started watching at the beginning of this season.
Yeah,
I'm not saying it's all down to my guest appearances, but to get to
well, don't forget Joel.
And Joe, of course, Joe. No. In all seriousness, to grow it by that amount has been absolutely phenomenal, and it's testament to you both, and especially Dave for the work you put in.
Oh, Dave does all the hard work, mate.
Yeah, I think the amount of people I walk around Lee all the time now, and people are saying to me how much they enjoy watching the show and how the quality is. We've had Derek Beaumont on telling me it was the best produced show he's been a guest on. So I think to end the season, I don't know if this is my last appearance, probably this year. So
we might get you back for the last one.
We maybe get me and Joe back on. But if it's not, if it is, I just want to pay tribute to you both in terms of the effort that you put into it and the quality, the unbiased, and I think the biggest testament to you both is the amount of fans from other clubs, not Warrington, that and I think there's probably more clubs except to Warrington that are watching the show week in, week out. I don't think there's a bigger compliment you can pay to you both than that.
Yeah.
Cheers, mate.
Okay. Like I say, Dave does all the hard work. I just provide the glamour.
Well, look, at the end of the day, rugby league's the winner, isn't it? But no, happy days, Steph, and your contribution. It's been good this year because for 2 years it's been myself and Greg. So I think every now and again to have yourself on, and we say it every time, if you want to be the next Steph, if you want to be the next Joel, you're more than welcome to come on, because it just adds a little different insight into it, a different voice, different opinions. It's what it's all about. That's why we do what we do. We've only got 2 shows left to do. What a long season. I have to say, I don't mind telling you, gentlemen, I'm looking forward to getting my approximate 20 hours back a week, because that's how long it takes.
Mate, as I said, you do a fantastic job.
So, and that's not counted in the actual show, which has been over 2. But anyway, that's life. But look, enjoy it. It's good fun. It's my passion. I love the sport, and we all do. And whatever grows it.
It's funny how the longest show has only had 2 actual games played.
So we had a lot to do. We had a lot to do, and I think it's only right and appropriate that Adam Kieran replaces Jake Wardle in the centre position. So I'm happy to say that I got that wrong. So I'm quite happy to change that one. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we will be back. We will be back next week to look forward to the final. I needed to decide, well, how are we going out this week? We haven't got any top performers to do. How are we going out this week? And the only way I felt that we could go out is to pay homage to somebody that the Dream Team didn't bother to pay homage to, and somebody that tonight we have all said, without question, has probably had one of the best breakout seasons. He's now on everybody's radar. He's been exceptional. And that is our second rower, Mr. James Bell. Look out for the tackle on Tom Amone in this little nugget that I've done to go out with tonight. So don't go anywhere. Watch a little bit of James Bell before you go to bed, ladies and gentlemen. Greg, I will see you next Tuesday. Steph,
thank you for that.
No problem, Steph. We will have you back for the finale of the season. We'll get Joel on as well for the finale of the season.
Yeah, we will.
Wouldn't be right not to have you both on due to your contributions this season. Ladies and gentlemen, enjoy the semi-finals. Here comes a little bit of Mr. James Bell, and we'll see you next Tuesday at 8 o'clock.
Enjoy your rugby, guys. See you next week.
Learning the path as I go. Everybody knows it's spoken on the radio. There is a truth in the lies. I dare to leave you twice. There's no truth. up. Returning is not the way for me.